Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 1. Last time we fought a bunch of new enemies around here, and I spent a little bit of time off screen gaining some points. Just take a look here at my ether points. Yeah, 126. I think I was, what, like 70 when I left off. So, not too many. If you're going to fight anyone around here, I recommend doing it against the airborne guy up there. They give the most points, though we haven't fought all the new enemies around here, and so let's go and fight the big guy. These guys are weak against ether attacks, and they come with... they have help this time. Normally they're just by themselves, but yeah, these guys are weak to ether attacks, so you can just kind of fire on them with that. I'm going to down you first because you give the worst points. Yeah, even Xion's pretty good against these guys. And look at that! KOS-MOS gets a chance to one-shot these guys, which is nice. Of course, you can only hit them with your ranged attacks. One thing to note there, I almost always seem to get critical hits with KOS-MOS against them. I actually got to use our cannon on them, did 252 damage. It's ridiculous. These guys only have 60 HP. Might as well use Spell Ray too, just to show it off again, why not? We'll be seeing this a lot in the game, and I'll go over kind of, you know, the useful skills to get. Yeah, lots of damage. And we got points times 4. Well, that's nice.
Let's go on.
Yeah, but you get way more points from them. But you don't get any skill points or special points or whatever the bottom one is. And so, yeah. So we won't be worrying too much about that. Pretty close with KOS-MOS. The goal here is if you want to get some extra points, try and get enough or try and get a decent amount so that you can get your speed upped. I'm not going to get all the way there. I want to do this with both of them first, but the next thing I'll be doing is probably investing, depending on the enemies upcoming, whoever I'll be fighting first that is weak against either blade or cannon, I'll be investing in speed, and I'll show off why that's important later. But for now, that's pretty much all we can do. Though I would like to use a... well, I'm going to have to fight the guy in here, so I'm going to fight this guy in here, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, I fought him. You'll want to be healed up, and make sure that Xion actually has some EP before you go into this next room here. This is the box that we need, so we need to use the mission key over here to open her up, and head on inside. And there's the nice little red box there. I don't know what it has in it, but let's find out. Oh, I guess it has a boss Gnosis-like monster. Anything that's weird and swaying around will be a Gnosis.
What's going on?
A brand new network is being created within the KOS-MOS mainframe. We've never had a reaction like this before. This is incredible. I've never seen a net grow so fast. Look at it, sir. Portions of the Encephalon map are evolving.
If they haven't mentioned it, we're in the Encephalon. Anyway, what's going on here?
Alan, I'm going to engage the target. Make sure you capture all the data.
What? You cannot engage right now. You're tapped into KOS-MOS perception. It's too unstable.
Don't worry. We can pull it off.
What do you mean, don't worry, Chief?
Anyway, the idea is boss time. The previous one... yeah, I like how she gets rid of her safety as soon as we get into a boss fight. She's not actually any more powerful in a boss fight, it's just, you know, what it is. Now, what we can do in this fight is we could summon the eggs, completely unnecessary. I can't remember which is more powerful. I think Xion is pretty much useless in this fight. But yeah, physical attacks are the way to go. He does tend to counter boost like he did there. The enemy can boost too, and I don't think they have a limited number. They can. There's also something called counter boost where you do an attack and they'll boost in response to that attack, and they'll get to go themselves right away. Now, the enemy is pretty weak to ether, well, to KOS-MOS. So what I want to do is I want to guard first. Ow. And yeah, just make sure you're not taking too much damage. I might as well have her guard too. She'll take too much damage otherwise. And then I want to use mode A7, which focuses your physical attack. Now I did look this up off screen because I wanted to, or well, in between episodes, just because I wanted to know what it did. It raises your physical attack power by 25% and lowers your defense by 25%. Now, each character says something different when they use a spell. I kind of talked over KOS-MOS's, but she speaks in Latin, I believe it is. Xion opens her ether circuits. Other characters have other special things. Now that we've gotten here, I'm not sure if I can one-shot the boss, but we'll try it anyway. Weak to physical, so square, square, our blade. Oh, definitely not. Well, maybe if we get a critical. I know we can do a lot of damage with our blade on a critical. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, 47. Anyway, let's guard with you. He's gone into defensive mode now, so I'm not sure if I can deal enough damage, but I'm going to try it anyway. He will counter. I think he counter boosts, actually, and does like 100 damage. So Xion's guarding, so that's good, and KOS-MOS should be able to survive it, but let's see if I can get the extra points. Oh, did I get it? I think I has 1 HP. Oh, no, he doesn't. I barely got him.
Enemies have been exterminated.
Yeah, so it's not specifically Gnosis enemies that don't give special or skill coins or skill points. I'm going to call them skill coins a lot, I guess. Yeah, they don't seem to give them as often like this one did, and all that stuff. So as you can see, we've leveled up from that fight. It also shows you how much you gain in terms of stats next to your HP, you know, with Xion plus 26 HP, KOS-MOS plus 33. Anyway, we get an Ether Pack S, which will be a little better. Anyway.
So far, so good. Shift target to real mode. We'll test the Hilbert effect.
What? Chief, you're supposed to follow the program.
KOS-MOS, activate Hilbert. Roger.
Now, they haven't
Activating
explained
Hilbert
what this
effect.
is yet, but they will in due time.
I knew this would happen. Status.
This is bad. Something's wrong in the Encephalon. The whole thing could collapse at any moment.
What? What about the chief?
Something's obviously not
Chief,
going
engage
right.
and get out of there now.
Hold on. Just a little longer.
Chief,
Nerve impulses in the limbic system. We've got kindling.
that's enough. Shut it down. Pull her out of there now.
Roger. Entering shutdown command. It's been rejected. The chief's overriding us. We can't
As you can
control
tell,
it from here.
she's not one to listen.
10 seconds to Encephalon collapse. Sir, damn it.
Yeah, as you can see, the make-believe world is kind of falling apart. What exactly was she so focused on seeing here? What's going on with this thing? A face? A girl? Well, who's that? I'm getting Chrono Cross flashbacks.
Chief!
I guess that's supposed to symbolize that he managed to get through to her. He obviously didn't jump into whatever that was based on what we just saw, but I don't know. It made for a pretty cool visual.
Are you all right?
Yeah, thanks. Did I push my luck a little too far this time?
I
Alan?
like the way her
You
voice
can't
is in this game.
Keep doing this, Chief.
She sounds
I thought I
like,
was gonna have a heart
oops,
attack.
like she's almost teasing him in a way.
Sorry about that, but I bet the data's really good. Besides,
Was there something else?
Hmm? Oh, it's nothing. Well, we better get started on that data. Today's our deadline, so I'm sure they'll be asking for it soon.
It's your deadline and you just started the test?
Gate out in approximately 3 minutes. All hands, please return to your designated areas immediately. Once again, attention please. We are scheduled to gate out.
Yeah. By gate out, well, they're on a ship. They're basically going to warp in the Star Trek sense. They're going into hyperspace. Yeah, there we go. What are all these ships? There's more than one here. Are we on one of these? In fact, I can't actually remember it. I think. Maybe? Oh well, we'll figure out in due time, I'm sure. Oh, there's another one of those dark ships with the, that yin-yang logo. Ah, so it stands for Vector. You'll also remember that Shion is, Chief of 1st Division in Vector. So what are these guys doing? I have no idea. Honestly, I can't remember what they're doing because I don't know where exactly they've gated to. I'm sure I'll remember in due time.
All ships, gate out complete.
Shifting main engine to stealth mode. Maintaining current speed until sector withdrawal.
Exit from current space set at absolute time 1300 on the 22nd. 7 hours, 16 minutes, and 30 seconds to withdrawal.
Next UMN column in 7 hours, 36 minutes. All gate jumps from other sectors will remain offline until then.
So yeah, I guess that was our ship. I couldn't remember if they were showing us something else or not, because I'm pretty sure this is our ship. This, of course, being the bridge. And that would be our captain.
Home. Yes, sir. Our final gate jump is at the next column. We're almost there.
We made it this far, we'll be fine. The odds of contact between columns is statistically low. Besides, this asteroid field we're in is perfect for hiding the fleet from them.
Huh.
From them.
So Pollyanna thinks those asteroids are going to protect us.
I'm sorry, sir.
A bit testy today, aren't we, Commander? Huh? Is something wrong?
No. Of course not.
Ever since we picked up that object 10 days ago, everyone's been a bit jumpy. And we still have a ways to go before we hit comm space. I can empathize with the commander.
Captain, can you, debrief us on the current situation?
So do we know what the hell's going on yet?
Our original orders from the Galaxy Federation were to investigate the vanished planet and assist the researchers. But ever since we picked up that object, it feels like everything's
What
changed.
object?
What exactly is that thing anyway?
Who knows? I haven't heard a thing from the research team. But, as I mentioned before, apparently they're after the object too. That's unofficial info, of course.
And again, who
What
are
about the
they?
rumor regarding the casualties during the retrieval process?
Even if it were true, that's none of our business. The research team has their own orders to deal with.
Apparently
the
the
only
research
explicit
team.
instructions we've received state that should any salvageable objects exist in the area, their retrieval takes top priority.
Is kind of on a different
Top
playing
priority?
field from the military.
What does that mean?
What it means is, over our very lives.
Now, no need to scare them. Those orders merely reflect the importance of this operation to the Galaxy Federation government, that's all. Just stay sharp and be careful.
That makes sense, sir. The entire fleet was renovated for this mission.
Hey, look,
Besides,
it's Vash
if
the
there's an
Stampede.
emergency, we've got the trump card to fall back on.
Ah, yes. Speaking of which, what's the latest on that situation?
They're scheduled to turn in the A7 reports today.
A7, eh? Only one step away from fully operational. It's about time, I suppose. Lieutenant, please ask Chief Uzuki to come to the bridge once her data's ready. Ask her to bring all the previous data as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so unfortunately with all of the talking that'll happen in this game, I will have long periods of silence.
That's right. You didn't know?
Wow, so it's true.
Hey, I heard that project's really behind schedule.
You can't blame them. There were casualties during their last boot-up test 2 years ago. They're being more careful this time.
It's hard to believe they're making an android in this day and age. The only place I've ever seen them is in old space novels.
Well, trump card or not, it's still an experiment. And it ain't like one android's gonna make that much of a difference. The whole project's just a chance for those Vector guys to show off. Someone's outdated hobby, that's all.
I heard that even their commercial models differ greatly between those that have seen action and those that haven't.
They say ignorance is bliss. Looks like they were right.
Commander?
I'm just envious, that's all.
So yeah, apparently androids are out of date in this timeline. And considering these ships, that may or may not surprise you. And back to the other one.
I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Somehow they've had time to get all of their stuff in order in the meantime.
They certainly didn't waste any time.
See? I'm usually right about these things.
Chief Uzuki, here's the data you requested. Will that be all?
Thanks.
And she's just going to stare at it. And everyone else is going to stare at her. Because apparently nobody has anything better to do.
I'll take care of the rest.
Well, you are the chief after all. And what are you doing over there?
Chief? Do you have a second?
Yes?
The military is expecting actual field data for KOS-MOS. Is it right for us to keep giving them simulated data like this?
Well, I must admit, you got me there.
Apparently
But honestly,
they're way
if it were
behind
up to me,
schedule.
I'd keep her here, safe in her dream world forever.
You seem to be
But
rather attached
why
to
are you so
KOS-MOS.
afraid to put her to real work when you push her so hard in the simulations? I can't wait to see KOS-MOS up and completely functional. Couldn't you at least try taking her up to Phase 3? That should be no problem for her by now.
Phase 3 in a simulated battle config? Come on. We're not about to wake our little princess for that. Here's a summary of KOS-MOS main equipment from the 2nd Division. This should help you with the guys upstairs.
Thanks. I'm sure it will.
Now, what Alan... Okay, they're going to talk a little bit. But what Alan did there was actually rather nice. We don't really figure out why for a little bit, but in time we'll figure out that he was actually trying to help Xion out because she was kind of uncomfortable by the question. Anyway, the MWS was the weapon Xion was using, and the eggs we already know. But yeah, the idea of it's really cool. Wouldn't it be cool if we could use that in real life? Yeah, I got nothing to say on that one. Anyway. The vaporizer plug-in is what we use to destroy all the stuff around there. So basically, there's lots of stuff that we want to send them because it was really cool to use in simulation. Wonder if we'll get to use any of it in real life. Anyway, it's now time to talk to everybody. I think we can usually talk to most people twice. Yes, Commander Cherenkov. Of course, they have to give him a Russian name. Okay. Maybe. Who knows? Running away from responsibilities, huh? I haven't done a test this far ahead, so I'm just going to talk to some people and then we'll call her an episode. There's a couple of things I need to test out before I go too much further. What else do you have to say? Well, they are military. They could be useful in the real world. So yeah, basically items you get on the Encephalon dive are transferred to real life. I don't remember if I need to go back right away, but I'm pretty sure I need to go back at some point. There's a save point up there, and if you see from the minimap there, pretty much any of those little green things is a person to talk to. Aesthetic sensitivity program. Intentionally caused the last test to fail. Well, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I think there's, what, one more person? Did I already talk to you or not? I can't even remember. Have I talked to you? Yeah. Emotions are more graceful than those of humans. Well, I think that's pretty much everyone. Did I talk to you? Yes, I did. I talked to everybody. Alright, so that's everyone we can talk to here. And that just heads out there, so I will figure it all out for next time. And yeah, we will explore the ship we're on, which is not named yet, and will be named eventually. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.